Hello family, welcome to Stories with Modi. Please subscribe and leave a like for us, it means the world to us. Also, share this video to your friends and loved ones, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss future videos from us. Thank you. As you do so, sit back and relax as we dive into the story. Isaac, a self-made entrepreneur, appeared to have it all: a thriving business, financial success, and a beautiful wife, Anna. Yet, behind the facade of a perfect life, he carried a simmering dissatisfaction he rarely voiced. Anna, who had stood by him during his most difficult years, represented simplicity and humility. She was a woman of quiet strength, someone who preferred understated elegance to the glitz and glamour Isaac now sought. Over time, Isaac grew embarrassed by her modest demeanor, convinced that she lacked the sophistication necessary to complement his new status. This insecurity festered, leading him to seek validation elsewhere. That validation came in the form of Charlotte, a confident, glamorous woman who thrived on attention and played her role as Isaac's mistress with calculated charm. Isaac began taking Charlotte to events and meetings, introducing her as his wife. Her charisma dazzled clients and colleagues alike, reinforcing Isaac's belief that she was the ideal partner for his public image. He rationalized his actions by convincing himself that Anna would never find out. In his mind, she was too naive and focused on the home to notice the changes in him. His deceit, however, was not as seamless as he imagined. Anna, though quiet and unassuming, was far from oblivious. She noticed the subtle shifts in Isaac's behavior, the late nights, the unexplained expenses, and the fleeting glances of guilt in his eyes. She chose not to confront him immediately, opting instead to observe and piece together the truth. Her love for Isaac had not diminished, but the growing distance between them left her heart heavy with sadness. While Isaac reveled in his double life, Anna quietly prepared herself for what she sensed was an inevitable confrontation, her strength lying in her patience and resolve. Anna's days were marked by an unsettling quiet, her home now echoing with the absence of the warmth Isaac once brought. She noticed his increasing detachment, how he avoided eye contact and offered half-hearted explanations for his absences. While Isaac immersed himself in his world of business and socializing with Charlotte, Anna remained grounded in her routine. She managed the household with grace, her actions masking the growing turmoil within her. She found solace in small, consistent rituals, like tending to her garden or preparing Isaac's favorite meals, though he often came home too late to enjoy them. It was during one of these solitary moments that Anna confided in David, her closest friend and a sharp-minded lawyer. David had known Anna since her university days and admired her unwavering loyalty to Isaac, even as cracks began to show in their marriage. As she shared her suspicions about Isaac's behavior, David's concern deepened. "You're too smart to let him take you for granted," he said, his tone firm yet compassionate. He encouraged Anna to gather evidence and protect herself, advising her to prepare for the possibility of betrayal. Anna listened, but held back from taking any immediate action, hoping against hope that she was mistaken. Despite her inner turmoil, Anna maintained a calm exterior. She paid closer attention to Isaac's patterns, noting the extravagant purchases and the distinct perfume that lingered on his suits. She began to piece together the truth, her heartbreak growing with each revelation. Yet, rather than succumb to despair, Anna channeled her emotions into quiet determination. She resolved to face whatever lay ahead with dignity and strength, her mind already forming a plan to reclaim her place in Isaac's life or walk away with her head held high. Charlotte basked in the glow of her position by Isaac's side, her presence a stark contrast to Anna's understated elegance. She relished the attention she received at events, where she was often mistaken for Isaac's wife. Her beauty and charm were her weapons, and she wielded them skillfully, ensuring that Isaac remained captivated. In Charlotte's eyes, Anna was irrelevant, a relic of Isaac's past, undeserving of the life she now enjoyed. She saw herself as the perfect partner for Isaac, someone who could elevate his image and complement his ambition. Isaac, enamored by Charlotte's allure, began to rely on her for validation. Her compliments fed his ego, and her confidence made him feel powerful. Together, they formed a picture-perfect duo, or so Isaac believed. What he failed to recognize was Charlotte's underlying motives. She was not in love with Isaac, but with the lifestyle he provided. Her interest in him was transactional, rooted in the benefits she reaped from their arrangement. While Isaac saw her as a partner who understood his world, Charlotte viewed him as a stepping stone to greater opportunities. Unbeknownst to both of them, Anna was acutely aware of Charlotte's role in Isaac's life. She had seen photos of the two at events, their chemistry undeniable. Yet, instead of confronting Isaac or spiraling into anger, Anna chose to focus on understanding Charlotte's influence. She saw through the facade and recognized Charlotte for what she was, a fleeting distraction incapable of offering Isaac the depth of support and love he truly needed. Anna's decision to remain silent was not born of weakness, but of strategy. She knew that her moment to act would come, and when it did, it would leave Isaac and Charlotte questioning everything. Isaac's confidence surged as he prepared for a critical business meeting with potential investors. He was determined to make a grand impression and saw this as a pivotal moment for his company's growth. However, his decision to bring Charlotte as his wife was more about feeding his ego than practicality. He convinced himself that her charisma and beauty would win over the investors, masking the cracks in his integrity and the truth of his double life. As he rehearsed his pitch, Isaac felt a rush of excitement, blinded by the belief that he was in control of both his professional and personal spheres. To him, Anna was a footnote, someone too insignificant to disrupt his carefully curated narrative. Charlotte, equally eager to bask in the spotlight, threw herself into preparations for the meeting. She chose an elegant, bold outfit designed to draw attention, confident that her presence alone would secure the investors' favor. As Isaac praised her charm and intellect, Charlotte reveled in the validation, feeling untouchable in her newfound status. They rehearsed their roles, perfecting the image of a power couple ready to conquer the business world. Yet beneath the surface, their alliance was fragile, built on mutual manipulation rather than genuine connection. Both were oblivious to the storm quietly brewing in Anna's world. Meanwhile, Anna, aware of Isaac's plans through subtle observations, prepared for the moment she would confront him. Strategize, she pieced together his itinerary, uncovering the details of the meeting and Charlotte's role. Though her heart ached at the thought of her husband publicly erasing her, Anna refused to let emotions cloud her judgment. With David's help, she reviewed legal documents and company records, ensuring she understood her rights and options. She knew Isaac underestimated her and was determined to turn his arrogance into her advantage. Her resolve hardened as she prepared to confront the betrayal, not with rage, but with a quiet strength that would leave Isaac reeling. Anna spent sleepless nights reflecting on the years she had dedicated to Isaac and their shared dream. She had been his unwavering support system during the early days of his career, sacrificing her ambitions to ensure his success. Yet now, as she observed his betrayal unfold, she realized the depth of his ingratitude. Her sadness transformed into a steely resolve, fueled by a determination to reclaim her dignity and independence. She wasn't seeking revenge. Her intentions were rooted in self-respect and the need to protect her interests. Anna knew she had to act decisively, not just for herself, but to preserve the integrity of the business she had quietly nurtured alongside Isaac. David became her confidant and ally during this period. Together, they devised a plan to expose Isaac's deceit while safeguarding Anna's position in the company. David's sharp legal mind and unwavering loyalty bolstered Anna's confidence, reminding her of the strength she had often overlooked in herself. They gathered evidence, meticulously reviewing financial records, emails, and company documents that highlighted Anna's contributions. Each discovery added to Anna's arsenal, solidifying her case and resolve. She was prepared for any confrontation. David's support was invaluable, providing both professional guidance and emotional reassurance during her most vulnerable moments. As the day of the meeting approached, Anna prepared herself mentally and emotionally. She rehearsed her approach, ensuring she would remain composed and articulate when the time came to face Isaac and Charlotte. Her resolve was not born of bitterness, but of a deep-seated need to reclaim her agency. She was done being the silent, overlooked partner in her marriage and the company. Anna's quiet strength became her greatest weapon, a stark contrast to Isaac's arrogance and Charlotte's superficial charm. She knew the path ahead would be challenging, but she was ready to face it head-on. The boardroom buzzed with anticipation. Isaac and Charlotte entered, exuding confidence. Isaac's tailored suit and Charlotte's striking ensemble made them the center of attention. Their dynamic, a calculated performance designed to impress, the investors seated around the polished conference table greeted them with polite smiles, their expressions a blend of curiosity and reservation. Isaac began his presentation with fervor, detailing his vision for the company's future. He emphasized innovation, growth, and leadership. His words, polished and persuasive. Charlotte played her part seamlessly, chiming in with strategic comments that highlighted her supposed expertise. To the casual observer, they appeared to be a formidable team, yet beneath the surface, subtle cracks began to show. The investors' questions grew sharper, their focus shifting from Isaac's projections to the company's internal dynamics. Helen, a seasoned investor with a reputation for cutting through pretenses, directed her inquiries toward leadership and decision-making processes. Isaac's responses, though confident, carried an edge of defensiveness. He hadn't anticipated the level of scrutiny and struggled to maintain his composure under Helen's piercing gaze. Charlotte, sensing the shift in tone, attempted to divert attention with charm, but her efforts fell flat. The investor's interest in substance over style left her flustered, exposing her lack of genuine insight into the business. Unbeknownst to Isaac and Charlotte, Anna was present in the room, seated discreetly among the observers. She had gained access through her network and remained silent, her presence unnoticed. From her vantage point, she watched Isaac's performance with a mix of sadness and resolve. This was the man she had once admired, now reduced to a facade driven by insecurity and deceit. As the meeting progressed, Anna's plan crystallized in her mind. She would not interrupt or create a scene. Instead, she would wait for the perfect moment to unveil the truth, ensuring her actions were as impactful as they were irreversible. Anna's quiet entrance into the business meeting went unnoticed by Isaac and Charlotte, who were too absorbed in their performance. Dressed in a modest yet professional outfit, Anna blended seamlessly into the group of observers. Her calm demeanor masked the storm of emotions brewing within her. Sitting in the back row, she carefully observed every move Isaac made, analyzing his tone, body language, and interaction with the investors. Charlotte's attempts at charm and sophistication were painfully obvious to Anna, who saw through the superficial facade. Though anger simmered beneath her composed exterior, Anna reminded herself that this was not the time for emotions. She was there to gather information, to assess the situation fully before making her move. As the meeting unfolded, Anna noticed how the investors responded to Isaac. While they nodded at his presentation, their questions carried an undertone of skepticism. Helen, the lead investor, was particularly incisive, asking pointed questions about the company's leadership structure and decision-making process. Anna's heart raced as Isaac struggled to answer, his confidence faltering under Helen's scrutiny. It was clear he hadn't prepared for this level of interrogation. Charlotte, visibly uncomfortable, attempted to salvage the situation with vague comments, but her lack of expertise only highlighted the cracks in their partnership. Anna couldn't help but feel a twinge of satisfaction. This was the beginning of Isaac's unraveling. Anna's resolve deepened as she watched Isaac fumble through his responses. She realized that the man standing at the head of the table was no longer the ambitious and hardworking partner she had once supported. This Isaac was driven by ego and insecurity, blinded by his own self-importance. Yet Anna knew that exposing his betrayal in front of the investors required precision and timing. She needed to ensure that when she finally revealed the truth, there would be no room for Isaac to manipulate the narrative. As the meeting came to a close, Anna quietly slipped out, her mind racing with plans for the next step. She was ready to take back control of her life and her contributions to the company. The following day, Isaac met with the investors for a follow-up discussion, unaware that the seeds of doubt had already been planted. Helen, known for her meticulous approach to business deals, led the questioning with a calm yet authoritative presence. Her questions delved deeper into the company's operations, specifically focusing on the origins of its key strategies and successes. Isaac, still basking in the false confidence of his presentation, attempted to take credit for every milestone the company had achieved. However, his answers lacked depth, and Helen's piercing gaze seemed to see through his facade. Charlotte, seated beside Isaac, grew increasingly uncomfortable as the questioning intensified. She wasn't used to this.